What's going on, Aquarius? Welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of December 21st through the 27th of 2020. I appreciate you being here. What a week. Jupiter and Saturn coming into your home sign of Aquarius. This is closing out a 200-year cycle of Earth to air, the Great Mutation. This is closing out a 20-year cycle from the last Taurus, Jupiter and Saturn. So this is rewriting the story, and it's rewriting the story of you and your identity and how you're going to put yourself out there and the freedom and the courage to do it. And I think that it's a beautiful time for Aquarius. Of all the fixed signs, I'm the most stoked for Aquarius. You've gone through the craziest 12th house transit ever, and you made it. And now it's time to really find out exactly what you want and go after it. And as a Capricorn, I can say I just went through a huge first house transit, and it really did change the whole game for me. It changed the whole system. And, I wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for that. So this is having you step into the ultimate empowerment of who you are. And there could be things that change. You could find out that your whole maybe appearance or identity might change, but it's destined. It's for the greater good of yourself, and it's going to bring you the most confidence and the most just Aquarian rebel uniqueness ever. And I'm stoked for you guys, because it's kind of like you guys who are kind of going to really show people here how to be true, rebels and unique and do things your own way and bring the freedom. So I think that there's a lot of greatness to this for Aquarius. You do have the Sun and Mercury moving into your 12th house, so you're not completely out of the 12th house, place yet. Pluto's still there, of course. So it's almost like things could not feel as you were planning or as you were expecting for this conjunction. They could feel a little off, like there's some unseen energy that's just some more of that. And it can be unsure, and I just, don't give up or escape. If you come into that place, come back to yourself, come back to the universe, do some work, some meditation, whatever it is that makes you come back and feel ultimately connected is so important in this time, especially with the Sun and Mercury squaring the Moon right off the get-go, but then squaring Chiron later in the week in your third house. Like, this can definitely have you in a weird place mentally, like in a really unknown, unsure space. But I would say that, like, the more that you can come back to yourself, more that you can come back and see the beauty in your environment, the more healing that there will be, and it, emotionally connect to that. And really just tapping into the universe and kind of like asking spirit, like, what's next for me? It might just be where you get like the most intuitive hit. And if you're feeling unsure of anything, that could bring you some mental clarity, and it might not have to be super factual. And then you have Mars in your third house too. So again, I think you want the information. I don't think it's like too much information overload. I think that, when you get the information, it's good. You can take action for it. And of course, Mars is going to be squaring Pluto in your 12th this week. So it's definitely, you're not out of the woodwork this week, but the more you can tap in, the better. And don't just like jump the gun on information. I think you really have to like fact check it, but fact check it within yourself. Like, does it feel right? And I think that the more you can like connect to that spiritual connectedness of things, the more actual facts you can act on. And it could feel like you're not getting like the cold hard evidence that you wanted to see yet. And that might be the hardest part. And then Neptune in your second house is still squaring the nodes. I think that's important. It's like Neptune in the second, it could be an illusion of your ultimate value, but at the same time it's not, because it's giving you a choice to open your heart up. And the more you can open your heart up, the more you're going to find out the identity that you want to push forward with. You're going to find out what your true desires are. And you're going to see that your ultimate value is connected to your heart. And it's going to be easier to not get like lost in some mental chaos with this crazy third house, I would say, but to express yourself in your truth and to kind of like just express the channel that's coming through all of this 12th house information. And then Venus in the 11th. I think that, you want to start up the new journey. You want to definitely start up the new hope, connect to the right people. I don't think you want to be stuck with people that are not progressing forward. I think that the more you can connect to people that, have the same values as you and moving into the future that you want to move into, will definitely feel the best as well. So it's a big week. I think that this next 20 years are going to be, really showing you how powerful you are. And I think that that's going to I think that's a great time for Aquarius. Like just really understanding your true powerful nature and why you're here and how you can push forward with anything that you want to push forward with. And even this next year is going to have a lot of that energy too. And it's just one more 30 days of a lot of 12th house energy with the sun there. And then it's all first house. And I think it's going to be go, go, go time. And we're also going to get probably the most Aquarius we've seen in a chart at one time since like 1962. So this really is Aquarius's time. And if you can get through this and not get too lost mentally in a weird place, but you can find some clarity in your own facts within yourself, this can be a great week too. Expression's key as well. Express yourself. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, it's like you almost can taste like having everything kind of come together, but at the same time, there still might be some unsurety. But I think you know what you want, and I would say this card's saying you do know what you want, but don't make it an illusion. And trust it and make sure that you're acting on it. Uranus is about to get squared in your 4th house here of Taurus. So that's not necessarily the easiest transit either. So things can be shaken up, but the more you can I would say embrace what you can create in your environment, the better you're going to feel to turn this card upright and to have more fulfillment of what you can manifest in life, because you can manifest a lot. You really can. I think it's just a matter of believing in it and letting the universe show you without needing actual tangible proof right away, which is a hard thing sometimes to grasp. But I think you got this, Aquarius, and you're going to start moving towards the identity and the freedom that you do desire. I love you very much, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.